just mouthed the words merch to me, so that must mean we have t-shirts and CDs by the entrance thing. You can use that one, that one smells 80% less like
guys, let's hear it again. For the boys, everybody, how great are they tonight? Johnny, Joe, Steve, Pete, and Tom. Guys, what do you think? Let's hear it for them. That new EP's got some great songs on it, and you get to hear them tonight. I'm very excited about it. And man, I've heard the advance, and it sounds incredible. It's fucking great.
Yeah, Matt helped us a lot during the recording process. Matt gave us feedback and spent a lot of hours listening to some bad versions of those songs. So thanks to Matt. Matt was really like...
They were not bad versions. They were just works in progress, and they were great. So, man, it's the way it came out is so great. So, I'm excited. So, we're gonna do some songs that we've done together before. We played maybe about these songs, some of these songs about 6 months ago. Once again, everybody's just so busy, right? They haven't had time to rehearse, but that's all right, because we're having fun here. We're having a great time. We love this, and I love these guys are kind enough to ask me to come up and hang with them. So we're gonna do a song by the Animals first, which is one of the best tracks from '65. The studio part of the city where the sun refused to shine. People tell me there ain't no use to cry. My little girl, you're so young and pretty, and one thing I know is true. You're dead before your time is through. Let me try to get the right key. Here we go. Watch my daddy, you better die. Watch his hair been done and drained. He's been working and slaving his life away. I know he's been working, every night and day. Working, We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. Ooh, yeah. You know it's true. Little girl, you're so young and pretty. One thing I know is true. Before your time is through, I know it. Watch out, daddy, you better die. If his hair been turning gray, they've been working and slaving his life away. I know it. Working, every night and day. For me and you. Ooh, yeah. We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. Ooh, baby. You don't see. We found the key. We had to play through that first verse. Figured out, it was good, right? I was probably singing the wrong key.
That was good. People always ask me, like, oh, Matt can really sing. Matt can really fucking sing.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. So much fun. These guys let me get them up here. And they're nice enough to let me come up here while they're doing their great original stuff. And then we just have some fun. Because we love rock and roll. We love soul. We love music. That's what it's about. So, This next song is one of my favorite early Rolling Stones songs, but it was actually written by Bobby Womack and his brother. They were in a band called the Valentinos, and the Stones were really cool. They would go and find songs that were American soul records that weren't that big and cover them. And this is one of them. It's called It's All Over Now. Baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry. She done me wrong. Got my eyes open, that's so light. Tables turning now, her turn to cry. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, she used to run around every guy in town, spending all my money playing hot-ass games. Working me out, it was a pity how I cried. Tables turning now, the turn to cry. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Johnny Rail. Well, I used to wake the morning, get my breakfast in bed. When I was hurting, she would ease my aching head. Now she's running around with every man in town, still trying to take me for that same old clown. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now.
I'll tell you something. So I've known Matt for a really long time, and you can talk to Matt about any music. He remembered all the lyrics to that song, and I mean, I rehearsed it with these guys on the other night and couldn't fucking remember a goddamn thing. He's a machine. He's like a machine.
Yeah, and watch, I'll screw up the next song. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I love you for that. I'm gonna see if somebody get me that sugar-free Red Bull on that. Come on, right on that corner, right there, Pete. Just because I screamed a lot on that polar bear in the Raiders song, which was so much fun. And I'm having so much fun doing these songs. You know, I love all those 60s tunes. And now we're gonna move into the 70s to 1977. So, one of the most unbelievable things in my life, and I picture myself about in my career, was getting to be friendly with David Bowie, because he was a true hero of mine from the time I was like 12, and you know, between Diamond Dogs and Ziggy Stardust and all those records. So I, you know, it was the early 2000s. I was working at Columbia Records, but when I first went to MTV, they knew that I was a big Bowie head, so they had a dinner with Bowie, and they literally had this place called the Bowery Bar, not the Bowery Bar, Bowery Bar, big back room, and they literally, because the bosses at MTV, and I'd only been there like 3 months, they knew that I was a Bowie fan. I said, they sat me right in front of Bowie and Iman, and then all the bosses are around me, like the chairman of MTV Networks and the president of MTV, and the senior vice president, executive vice president, and it was either going to go really well or terribly wrong. And so I had a few Jack and Cokes, one of my drinking days, of course, but Bowie and I hit it off, and it was pretty amazing. And we became friends, and then reconnected after 9/11, and I got involved. He wanted me to, unofficially A&R his record Heathen and do some work with him on that behind the scenes, and it was really one of the most mind-blowing things. I still look back and go, did that really happen? And it absolutely did. And so he was somebody I always loved. I always thought he was a real trailblazer. And when this song actually came out as part of the Berlin trilogy, it was never a hit back then, but it was a great song. And now it's one of his most covered songs, and people do love it. It's called Heroes. It's the title track of that album. So we're going to do that for you right now. Thanks for listening. I was just giving you guys a little break. I will be king, and you will be queen. No, nothing can drive them away. We can beat them just for one day. We could be heroes just for one day. But you can be me. I'm drunk all the time, 'cause we're lovers, and that is a fact. Oh yes, we're lovers, and that is a fact. Nothing will keep us together. We could be down forever and ever. We could be heroes just for one day. I drunk, so let's start what I can remember, ready? I can remember standing by the wall, the guns shot above our heads, and we kissed. And so nothing can go. And I Guys, that was like a rehearsal live. I hope you guys did fine.
So we do a crazy version of that. Matt didn't forget the lyrics. He sang the right lyrics, but I messed them up because I sang the wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? There's like 5 different like remixes and other people covered it. So there's some other verses in there, which is okay. I get you guys. Was our rehearsal version okay? Thanks, guys. It was fun, right? Comment,
It was fun.
I love it.
You know what? We wanted to do a little different version and see if you were paying attention. So kudos to you. You guys caught it. It was good.
We left out the Dolphins verse because I always thought when they put the Dolphins verse first on the single, I was like, why? And said, why are you starting it? I wish I could swim like dolphins can swim. It's supposed to be, I will be king. You know, like I was always pissed about the 7-inch version and the single. I'm like, no, the album version. This version was great because they were going to cut out the Dolphins line anyway. Not that they didn't like it. Do you know Lemmy from Motorhead covered that? And somebody talked him into it. He goes, I'm not going to sing about Dolphins. And they said, no, believe me, you're going to love this. And he eventually did.
Well, you know what?
So even Lemmy sings about Dolphins.
Our motto is, if it's good enough for Lemmy.
Yeah, then it's good enough for us. Anyway, now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. We're going to do T-Rex. Okay. Yeah, we'll do some T-Rex, and we'll rock this. Let's go 20th Century Boy. Like I said, we haven't had any thunders, but I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. We're having a great time, and that's all that matters. It's good. Everybody said just like rock and roll. Or rock and roll. I move like a cat, talk like a man, sing like a bee, babe, I wanna be your man. Yeah. When it's raining to see you a man for me, yeah. You're only a 20th century boy. Yeah. Friends say it's fine, friends say it's good. Everybody says it's just like rock and roll. Like that's what I want. And I find like a girl, like a man, feel like a man. Baby, I wanna be your man. It's plain I see you a man for me, yeah. You're totally a 20th century boy. 20th century toy. I wanna be your boy. 20th century toy. I wanna be your boy. Friends, guys. Oh my God, we're gonna do one more song because my two more. Let's see. Maybe we'll do that. I wish these. Well, they probably could do that. But anyway, we're gonna do a song.
Yeah, we're gonna do one more song.
Yeah, guys, my throat's totally shot from.
This is Matt did two sets this night.
Two very short sets. But no, it's great. These guys roll. How great are they? And we're having some fun. You're watching a rehearsal that's usually in Joe's basement, right? Yeah! Right, Joe, but it's fun.
I'm not sure why Joe's basement's getting any applause at all. Obviously, none of you have fucking been there.
No, some of them have. Some of you have been to Joe's basement. Come on. Who's been to Joe's basement at Joe's backyard in Milltown, New Jersey? 08850, Milltown, New Jersey. That's my old zip code. Because I grew up in East Brunswick, but I grew up in
Joe
the
just
hill.
broke up with me.
You did? That's not going to happen. We're not letting that happen. We're going to do a Dead Boys song. We're going to leave you with that because it's a classic that we love. And you know the story. I was buying a Sex Pistols record on Route 18. I was working under a table at 15, walking up the highway on Route 18, and I heard about this band whose record was banned, and they were in trouble in England. I was like, I gotta go find their record. You know, when you're a teenage kid, you're like, anything that's gonna piss people off, you wanted to find out what it was. So I went and I bought God Save the Queen, Pretty Vacant, and Anarchy in the UK singles. Guy saw me on the street, like walking down the street, Route 18 on the highway, turned his station wagon around, came back and said, dude, you like punk rock? And I'm like, yeah, I do. He goes, have you ever heard the Dead Boys? And I go, no. And he pulls out one of those old Panasonic tape recorders, you know, on the top that are just like with the speaker here, the buttons here, and the handle. Plays me this song, and I was like, this is great. When I get paid again, I'm gonna go buy this album. And that's what I did back in 1977. So, but it's a great song. Guys, thank you so much for having me up tonight. Let's hear it for KANAK, everybody. These guys are so awesome. My brother, so here we go. Ready to rock? I don't need soon. Things will be different then. The sun will rise from here. Then I'll be 10 feet tall, and you'll be nothing at all. I got my time machine, got my electronic train. Sonic producer, and no loser. Sonic producer, and no loser. Sonic producer, and no loser. Got my sonic producer, sonic producer, sonic producer.
Matt Pinfield, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Well, how great. Let's hear it for KANAK, guys. Once again, let's hear it for you guys. Let's hear it for them all. Johnny, Ray, Joe, Steve, P-Wood, Tom, everybody. This man, you guys are great. And it was so good. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. Me and Pete Santiago have been leaning over boxes all day from my storage. Literally went through like 18 boxes. And I'm exhausted from that. But never too exhausted to come out and rock the KANAK and the Griffleys, which was so great. And us sleep next week. Well, much love to you all. Thank you so much for coming out to everybody tonight and staying with us. And don't forget, the new EP and record is a new album coming out in March.
But we have a limited number right now.
They have a limited number right now? Okay, cool. It's a limited edition, so check that out. It's on CD. Anything else, Pete? Tom's going to sign all those, and so go and check that out. There's also some KANAK merch. Oh, again, I want to thank everybody who worked here tonight and the band, No Pile and the Rabbit. And of course, it was so wonderful to sing with the Griffleys and KANAK. So thank you for coming out, everybody. Much love to you all.
All right.